Hey, welcome to another fun and exciting episode of Business Growth Time. Today, we've got someone from the other side of the globe here, and I'm super excited to introduce y'all to Mari-Liis, and we'll get to her in just a minute. But before we do that, have to say hello to the one and only, the lovely, the talented, the super Facebook ads lady herself, Janet E. Johnson. Janet, you're not going to believe this. I have an E word. I already
Ooh.
have it. It's
Oh, that's
are you
shocking.
are you ready? It's Estonia. You know why? Because that's where Mari-Liis is from. She's from Estonia.
Oh, I'm like,
Look at that.
what?
Now I'm
Okay,
thinking
I
ahead
thought you were
today.
making up that word. Sorry.
I didn't. I did not. So it's cool. She's got an amazing accent, a wonderful story. She's been empowering marketers around the globe for the last couple of years. She's got a podcast. She's got a mastermind group. She's got a business that helps people market better, that's based on her 2 decades of sales and marketing experience in the corporate world. So we're going to dig into how she got into doing that entrepreneur thing. We're going to talk about some tips about how to grow your business. I'm going to find out how many languages she speaks because I know English isn't her first language, but she does that better than I do. So I'm not worried about that. And we're just going to have some fun like we always do. So, Mari-Liis, welcome to Business Growth Time. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
We're happy you joined us all the way. So, all right, just for fun, it is 11:10 where I live in the Detroit area. It is 10:10 where Janet lives in the Minneapolis area. What time is it there?
It's 6 p.m. for me, so
Okay.
I can assure that it's going to be a great day for you because I've been there.
Oh God, she's talking to us from the future, Janet. I didn't even think about that. That's really cool. All right, so let's start. Powerful marketers is a consistent theme about through your blog, through your mastermind, through your website, through your business name, through your podcast. What does powerful marketers mean to you?
Well, thank you. That's a great question, and yes, we don't talk about marketing so much as we talk about marketer, because you cannot do great marketing without a powerful marketer behind that. Either this is a marketing person or is it the business owner who needs to wear this hat also himself or herself. So for me, a powerful marketer is someone who has the strong mindset. He or she has skills and expertise, and he or she has this ability to implement strategies and communicate in, let's say, inspiring way and create success through, leading him, herself, and other people around.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So what are the characteristics that people need to learn to get more powerful as a marketer? What are some skills that might be valuable?
Well, I have created this framework that really contains 5 most important components. So I can maybe start with those here.
That would be great.
Okay, so it all starts with clarity and goals for us. So the first thing, as you separate yourself from the noise and, let's say, insecurity, then you break through and have clarity on the goals you have, and only then you can see clearly the gaps, that need to be bridged, let's say, between your marketing and business, right? So one of the great leaders I admire, Zig Ziglar, once said that lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem, because we all have 24-hour days, right? And that's why our, let's say, first component is strong mindset. And we have 3 different topics to train your mind and direction to be stronger than your emotions, because stronger focus equals stronger marketing, right? So those topics are goals, anxiety, and confidence. We work there mostly. And among them, of course, is work-life balance, building confidence, And the output really is this growth plan, putting down those KPIs for powerful growth, personally and professionally.
Love that. Janet, how important is clear goals in working with clients and keeping them happy? That just seems like step
First thing that
one.
popped in my mind is social media, like how so many people just go do posts and they don't think about, like they think, I just have to be there. I have to be on social media. So they just sit and post, but they don't actually like what's your goal? Yeah, of course people want sales. Like that's a goal, that's why everybody runs a business, I mean, that's why, a marketer is a marketer, but the bottom line is you need a goal. Yeah, you need to start with the end product and work your way backwards. That hit me right away when you said that.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that clarity of mind and that quote you shared by Zig is so powerful. Right, I was talking about that on a show the other day. We all have the same 24 hours, right? All of us, and yet some people accomplish amazing things in that time, and others don't. And it's not. We always talk about time management, but it's got nothing to do with time management. You can't manage time, but you sure as hell better manage your priorities, right? And so I think that's a good starting point. So good. All right, what's next?
If I may, maybe one very, very actionable thing from here, what we use is setting aside MIP time. And MIP is, those acronyms stands for like VIP, but this is most important person, which is you. So this is the time to strategize, to really work with your goals, to understand where we are going and have this clarity. Because as soon as you have this clarity, it's much more easier to make decisions, either in your marketing, in your sales, in your business overall. Okay.
MIP. Like
MIP time. So you should protect this time in your calendar. So 2 hours every week is a minimum, at least.
2 hours every week. Okay, got it. Okay.
Without any distraction, meaning that your phones and everything are, on flight mode.
Ooh, that sounds tough. I'm just kidding.
It is, but it's important. So, and as you have this clarity and focus, then the phase 2, as we call it, is all about understanding, building, and aligning your marketing with your business goals. Because marketing cannot work in silos. So this is where you need to discover what problem do you solve for your target audience? What is your unique way to do that? And how do you make money solving it? Okay, so you need those things to deliver great marketing anyway. And it will help you find out, again, content you create, the ways you deliver it, and how you build this consistent lead flows for a business, right? And we teach here how to make those typical marketing decisions and what kind of information you need for that to make it quick, effective, productive for yourself. So usually it contains going through your main competitors, some auditing maybe, or even some brainstorming techniques if needed. So what you need here is to create necessary assets to align your marketing with goals, what we got from phase 1, right, into reality. And you really should work with a client journey that would become real, meaning steps under each touching points you have with your prospects. So
I think that process, whether it's a 5-step process or a 7-step process that actually shows the prospect what their customer journey is going to be like, is such an important marketing tool, whether you're using it on your website directly or as an infographic. I think that's really cool. Janet, do you have a repeatable process that you use every time that you just say, hey, this is what you're going to go through?
Anything with the business is a repeatable process. Yeah, exactly.
And
the better you have your process.
Do you have it mapped out and drawn out and like, here, I could show that to you right now kind of deal? That's what I really meant.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, yep, show you a Google Doc and what I send each, you know what I mean? So it's all laid out, yeah. And the thing is, so I love what you said, because once you get those processes down, then it's just going to make your business flow a whole lot better. In the marketing flow, like you were saying, as a marketer, every piece of it flows much, much better. So we have a very, very, because I've been doing this as long as I have, when people come to me, like they want to run Facebook ads, we have a very specific process. But if they haven't done the process on the front end, like knowing what their goal is, the original, where they want to get to, we need to work our way backwards. So there's step-by-step processes and all of it.
Yes, and if I may, maybe it's a good place where to remind, the goal of the marketing, because we tend to forget about that marketing is not only promoting your business, of course it's important. So we work, when we talk about client journey, we work with a flywheel. It's not, the funnel for us. It's the perpetual flywheel that keeps going and going. Even if you don't acknowledge this is there. And it really contains 4 main goals that marketing has. So the first one is informing, because the first, let's say, goal in marketing is to inform. Okay, we are this brand offering those products or services, and talking about any company updates you have, right? This is important. What happens here is we do that. We communicate for the new clients, but we forget about our current clients. So that's very important here to remember. The second, let's say, step here on the client journey flywheel is, of course, bringing in constant leads to sales, right? And having daily conversations with sales around quality leads, listening to their feedback and asking questions like how to convert better, how to bring better leads, what systems do we need to put in place to deliver, let's say, best service, right? To have them more and more coming in. So that's very important. And I would say that's most important, because I still see that, 80% out of all businesses does not do that work, communicating with the sales every day. And it's so crucial. So moving on the flywheel concept we use, there is the third step is retaining customers, working with the feedback, referrals, loyalty programs. This is so important again, and we again forget about that. So all the information we get from working with our customers, the fourth steps then will be improvements according to this feedback we get. It may just be slight improvements on our own communication maybe. So it's important to show to our clients that we're actually listening to them, and it's important for us to hold this conversation. And then it goes again, to the informing phase, because you need to again inform them. Thank you for this feedback. We noticed that we needed to improve something on our website, or this or that, and we again let them know. So they appreciate if we will do that, because if they are our clients today and we forget to communicate that with them, they would be, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't feel so good, they think, okay, I've been your client like for years, and now I didn't know even about that, this new thing you're having. I need to hear that from another place. So they don't feel like you're respecting them maybe. So that's the kind of client journey we work with. I don't know, what are your thoughts here? Does it sound logical?
Absolutely.
So the first and the last one are informed. So you kind of go back to the first.
The last one was...
No, the last one's improvements. It's feedback.
Improvement. Okay.
According
But you
to
went back
feedback.
to informative too.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so it's that feedback loop is so important, right? And that's really where the kind of the rubber hits the road, because it's fascinating to me. We put something out that we think is the right thing, and if we don't ask for feedback, we'll just keep putting that same thing out over and over again and wonder why it doesn't work. But when we actually get feedback, when we ask for it, we can learn from it and then make sure our next message hits the mark better. So, and I love the idea of a flywheel as opposed to a funnel, because a funnel has a stop point, right? It's once they're through the funnel, they're done. You're on a flywheel, it's perpetual. I talk to the people all the time. I'm like, dude, you've got all these old customers. Why aren't you touching them in any way, shape, or form that's, respectable and reasonable? There's referrals, there's upsell, there's so much opportunity to sell more to people you already know than to go find new people to sell every time. So I think you're on to something. That's really sharp.
And
Very
one more
sharp.
thing, from research, we know that it's 7 times more cost effective to work with the current clients, right? To really put your effort there compared to, getting new leads and putting your money into marketing. And then, if we forget about that, then we are frustrated about marketing because it's not working for us. But we forget about our current clients, which are more important even, I would say, because we want them to become our ambassadors.
That's it.
I like that.
That is it.
I like that. So,
Very
but
cool.
the one thing I will say is when you're first starting, you have to build that clientele up. So that's I love that you're talking about that. But if we're talking like a startup or somebody that's a brand new business, brand new entrepreneur, then what would your recommendations be to focus on in that flywheel? Obviously, where would you focus your time and energy as a brand new business?
I would involve people. I would ask people for feedback, even when you're, I don't know, deciding which logo to use.
Okay,
you start working with your community, either in the Facebook or on the other platforms out there. But you ask for help. As a human beings, we want to help. And what is important again here is to remember that we should most definitely give them feedback later on. Thank you for your help. Here's the version we chose, and we really appreciate you helping us here, etc. So you need to engage with people. And I want to tell that it's okay to make mistakes, but it's people will respect you if you admit that, oh my God, that didn't work out. And we are doing our best to work it out now, and just to show that. So people will see that you're authentic, you're real, and they trust you. So that's important, to build that trust and engage with people.
Is that an area that you talk about a lot? Because we just brought up kind of a new topic that I talk a lot about as well, is authenticity. I think that, why don't you talk a little deeper about authenticity and being authentic? Because I think that's so important.
Well, again, I have someone I admire here a lot, whose work I admire, and it's Brené Brown. I believe you have heard about her. So she talks about the authentic people and trust a lot, right? So the way she said is that trust is about risking something of value to you by putting it in the hands of someone else, right? And that really gives you great responsibility. So when we come to this marketing topic, back to the marketing topic, then if you are a marketer in the company, this company owner or business owner really gives you this trust. They give you the value of the company. So you need to be responsible with that trust and with that value that he or she will actually give you. But Brené Brown also talks about that trust has different components, right? I don't remember them all by head, but I know it was about boundaries, about reliability, integrity for sure, non-judgment was there. So she talks very well about that. And it's hard to be authentic, and it's hard to trust yourself and to trust others. But we should learn about that, because especially nowadays, when we are so overwhelmed about all the information out there, and there is this, I would say, even trust crisis in marketing today, that we need to show ourselves, we need to put ourselves out there. And it only comes through growing our own confidence, practicing and just keep putting ourselves out there. That's the only thing you can do. But I think that really makes you different, because today it's not only being good at something you're doing, you should be different. So it is very important, I think.
It's amazing how much easier it is to find people that do what you do than it used to be, right? You used to, you kind of felt like you were like, hey, I'm doing something unique. No, not really. There's 74 of you right over here. Do a quick search. Let me find them all. That's amazing. That's amazing. Awesome. Authenticity. I think that's a valuable lesson. Janet, you're pretty authentic.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to add, if you don't mind, about the trust is that it was a few years ago when I came across to this research by Foundries Group, I think, and it said that 80% of the CEOs does not really trust marketers. And for me, it was shocking. And actually, it was one of the reasons why I understood that, okay, I need to do something here, because that's a crazy number. And at the same time, what I see every day is that those business owners are trusting marketers, but they do not take this responsibility themselves to align this marketing across company. And what happens? 80% again of those business owners are frustrated about their marketing or about the marketers because they are not happy with the results. But they cannot expect very good results if the marketing is not aligned again across the company. So it is difficult. If you think about great companies and the great leaders out there, they all respect marketing. They all think about how to align this, how to align your message across the company. The values are there. It's very clear, so to say, right?
I agree with that. You know, I don't know if they have the same joke in Estonia, but here they say that business owners are typically frustrated and say that 50% of their marketing doesn't work. The problem is they don't know which 50%.
It's the same joke here, and it's not a joke, I'm afraid.
It's international appeal. I like that. Okay, quick question. What languages do you speak?
Well, thank you. I have learned and spoken Russian, Finnish, English, and Spanish, because I lived in Spain for a few years. So hablo un poquito de español también, pero it's not possible to have those discussions in Spanish language yet. But with Estonian language, I believe I can handle 5.
Okay, that's
wow.
Janet, we got 1, right? We got 1 down. Yeah, perfect.
I wish I had 2, but yeah, no.
You don't speak Spanish? I thought you there in the United States also use Spanish a lot.
They do not make us do any other language, and I think they should have I really think they should.
Well, we had to take 2 years of a foreign language in junior high, although you weren't there in junior high. You were at a different
I took
school.
a half a year of French, and that was a tough one. I'm like, Je m'appelle, that's about all I know.
I managed to order beer in Mexico quite a few times, so I did good. So
okay.
Found the bathroom. I was all set.
But it really, because the Estonia is a very small country, we only have 1.3 million people altogether. I know you have bigger cities than our whole population. So we don't have any choice to learn languages. Otherwise, we are stuck here in our sweet little village.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, and we've traveled. It seems like English is known by most, so we're fortunate that way for sure.
And I'm not sure, Janet, but I think Estonia is actually north of Minnesota. Based on what I was looking at on the map, I think she's, because it's real close to Finland, wasn't it? Right across the sea.
80 kilometers.
Or Denmark.
80 kilometers to Finland.
80 kilometers. Yeah. So yeah, that's 100 and 30 miles. So yeah, it's pretty close.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All
Wow.
right. So,
Very cool.
all right. Go back. I'm sorry to derail the whole thing. That's what I do. It's my
You're good.
specialty.
You're good. Yeah, no, that's funny. That's fun. That's well, actually, I mean, I'm sure if we actually could round about that helps the marketing. I mean, being able to speak other languages has got to help the marketing as well. I mean, that's, understanding but one of the things I get a lot with I target other countries as well is, have you worked with this country? Have you worked in, we don't want to work with you if you haven't worked with, well, I've worked with people around the entire world, but yet if they're specific countries. So I'm sure that really makes a difference. What's your thoughts on that?
It does make difference. And I saw that when I lived in another country myself. So there are cultural differences for sure. You need to understand, to really, how to say, align with those.
Yes.
That's the first thing for sure. And the same goes even with the Finland here. They are close, but yet we are so different, I mean, culturally. So I have worked with Finnish and Swedish people, and they are so different compared to Estonians. And of course, Spanish people are different, and people from US are also for us very different, but all are different in good ways. They all have their own things, I would say.
You got it. Yeah, exactly.
And when it comes with the people from United States, then for us, the main thing is your energy. You always have great energy. You're so you're lighting up us, and you're so inspiring. And people here are more calm, especially when we go to north in Sweden and Finland. We are very serious mostly. so it's I love working with the people from US, and also people in Spain, for example. They know how to enjoy life. They truly know that. I remember my first networking event I visited as a guest there, because I wanted to meet those other expats there. And it was 2 hours long. I went there and I imagined that, okay, it's 2 hours, talking about your business and everything. No, we just had wine and olives, and we talked about children, about our hobbies, etc. And we had zero conversation about the professions, really. So it was all about getting to know each other, and at first it was so weird. I thought that, okay, what just happened? And then they will agree on those next meetings with you. So this is something you need to learn, because I didn't know about that first.
Well, Terry's the pro with that. Yeah, the business networking side of things. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Tell
it's
us about
fun.
your mastermind. I'm curious. And get into what is this mastermind I heard about it at the beginning. I'm curious.
Yes, thank you. So I haven't talked about all the phases we teach at Powerful Marketers, but the fourth phase is communication. And one of the topics there is networking. And since we learned that all together, we need to practice that. And that's the reason behind, why I started the Mastermind first. So the goal with the Mastermind is really to come together to learn. This collective learning part is very important. Let's say half of the time it's about learning and discussing, having those discussions around the topic. And of course, it's also about getting new business friends, let's say. And I try to do that so that it wouldn't be too salesy. I also tell people that, okay, this is not the place where you should do your sales pitches, but this is the place where you can meet and greet people. And after that, you can agree on those one-on-ones. So it's about inspiring, supporting, and teaching something new. So maybe Terry can comment on that, because he was there.
It really was. So she does a great job of getting people that are experts in a field to come in and share some information. And it's a little bit hosted by the guest. It's a little bit hosted by her. But there was easily a 20-minute presentation by Frank himself, maybe 25 even, talking about, lessons, right? So it's not, hey, I'm going to come and talk about my business for 25 minutes. It's similar to the approach that we take here on this show. I'm going to have people that are going to share information that's going to help move you further along in your career, in your business, and your whatever you're trying to do. So I enjoyed the format, and there were people from the sound of it during the introduction from all over the globe, which is really cool too. So I thought it was a powerful way to go about it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your feedback.
Very good. Very good. All right, what's number 5? And then
I was going to say, what is number 5? Yep.
we got
Actually, if you don't mind, I would go number 3 because I didn't touch that. Because now when you have your goals and you understand how to build marketing and align it, then it all comes kind of real. Now, that's why in phase 3, we teach planning, organizing, and measuring your marketing activities. So this is also very fascinating. So it's about marketing infrastructure, online or offline. And excuse me.
metrics. Janet loves those metrics. She's got to measure things.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and that's why we teach how to create those, let's say, monthly or yearly plans, or how to have a content creation strategy and have systems in place that would take the burden off your shoulders, right? What we see here mostly is that people often spend all those hours creating content, but 0 hours of metrics, right? Maybe Janet can comment that more.
Well, metrics are like, it will make or break your business. I mean, if you don't pay attention, like Terry just said it, 50% of marketing doesn't succeed and 50% does, but people don't even know which one it is. You should know that. Like, that's pretty important to know. And that's what we thought. Just in the ads alone, we have to figure out everything from, is it the creative? Is it the copy? Is it the audience? Is it, and so you need to pay attention to every step along the way, for sure. So I love that you brought up the metrics, because it's an important piece that a lot of people skip. I think
they do.
And
that's why I wanted to mention this phase 3 we work with, and the outcome for us, or the goal here, is to help those businesses work smarter, not harder. You should plan, organize, systemize, and measure everything that you're doing in your marketing. You just have to build the new systems to save you a lot of time and trouble and burnout. So that's crucial.
Yeah. Now, does your mastermind help with those systems as well?
Well, on every mastermind, we take one focus topic. So yeah,
okay.
if we decide to talk about metrics, then most definitely this is the
Got it. Okay, got it.
So going on, phase 4 and 5, the 4th is about communication, and phase 5 is about leadership. Excuse me, I don't know.
You're fine.
So on those phases, we will really work with how to understand and influence people. So how to network, I already mentioned that, how to scale your business through multiplying your time and strength as a leader. So we talk about personality types, different generations, and how to communicate with them. And we also practice networking, right, as we just mentioned.
Okay, so let's review all 5 of those. So leadership was the last one, and that makes a lot of sense. So, but now my mind has gone to, forgot number 1 and 2. What? Number 1 was planning. Terry, did you write this down?
That's a good question. I wrote some of it down.
I can help you.
She's got it. She knows the answer to these
I know
questions.
the answer by yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
So those are five most important things. First, master your mindset, right? Focusing and strong mindset equals strong marketing. Align marketing with every aspect across your business, right? Work smarter, not harder. You know, the professional skills and planning, organizing, working more effectively. The fourth one, boost your communication skills to influence people. And the fifth is leadership to multiply your strengths in time. So this is
Very good.
This is the five components of how to grow into a powerful marketer.
Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
That's awesome. And I really like the summary, and I like the fact that, we talked about the idea of, you giving some actionable tips at the end, but quite frankly, I think you dropped some along the way as we were going, like little breadcrumbs for Hansel and Gretel. I think that's perfect. I just looked at a post I made on LinkedIn earlier today, and I used the word powerful in it. So it's so fitting that we talked about how to become a powerful marketer. So Mari-Liis, tell us, how do the people find you now that they want more and want to be more powerful in their marketing with their marketeurs? Where do they find you?
Thank you. They can go to powerfulmarketers.com to find me. And Powerful Marketers is
Powerfulmarketers.com, correct?
yes, with a dash, powerful-marketers.com.
Oh,
that's easy.
powerful-marketers.com. Is that what it is? Okay, good to know. Okay, perfect.
That's important.
The dash is important because they're going to end up somewhere else otherwise.
So, and this is the place where you can find the information about the mindset. We have our own podcast, but I'm sorry, did I say mindset? I thought mastermind.
Mindset,
okay.
right? They're both the same. Yeah, that's true. You can find information about the mindset too.
Yes. So all the information is right there, and people can connect and find us also through LinkedIn, because we have company page there, and I'm very happy to meet new people, and I'm happy to connect over LinkedIn as well.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, this has been great. Janet, what are your thoughts before we head out to do the rest of the day?
A lot of key points in marketing. I mean, and I know marketing, I know they're two different things, but I think innate, we are all marketers. That's the bottom line. We are all marketers, but some marketers know what they're doing better than others. And to finalize it, marketers do tend to ruin things as well. So they need to follow your steps, because sometimes crazy marketers like myself can, we jump on the bandwagon of things and can ruin things as well. So we really need to know what we're doing. So I think that's where you come into play for sure, in helping give the guidelines on exactly, what steps to do. Because we all have to market a business if we're a business owner. We just do. So we're all marketers, but I think a lot of people don't like that terminology at times too.
I appreciate that. I'm excited about that flywheel concept, really, and changing the way I look at from a funnel to a flywheel, because it's such a better, they talk about CL, is it customer lifetime value? I know it's lifetime value. Is it CLV? But
LTV, lifetime value.
Lifetime value. Yeah, right. So LTV in the funnels, not a good way to look at lifetime value. But the flywheel sure as heck is. So, we talk about the idea of first things first, and the starting at the very beginning. Boy, what a shift in perspective that makes. So thank you for that. I loved it. Loved it.
Thank you, Terry, for wrapping this up, because I also believe that marketers should take more of this responsibility. And I appreciate, Janet, your thoughts here as well, because every business owner really is a marketer, even if they don't like the word. But as a marketer, or as a business owner, or both, two in one, right? You need to be confident, powerful, consistent, and not only with bringing in leads, but also serving your current clients and prospects throughout all those touching points we talked about. This is crucial for the business, and this flywheel, it works anyway. If you understand that or not, it's still there.
That's right. That's it. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not.
Yep.
So you might as well embrace it. I like
Yep.
it. I
I
like
do
it.
too.
All right. Well, for the other 170 some episodes that Janet and I have done with amazing guests like Mari-Liis and sometimes just the two of us, you go to businessgrowthtime.com/blog or /podcast, whichever hits your fancy, and you'll see all the episodes. Or if you're really into just cool visuals, go over to our Instagram, Business Growth Time on Instagram, and you can see all the shows that we've done with the cool little graphics, and then you can learn about which one you might want to watch or listen to, and then you'll be directed from the site. Pleasure to see you both today.
Yeah, thanks so much for your time, Mari-Liis.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It was lovely. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. We're done. Janet,